guys, what's up? I'm doing something a little different today. If this isn't something you're interested in, I'll be back to the other stuff later. Right now I'm doing a quick reaction to what they have done to Captain America at Marvel. Captain America was created in 1941 by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, two young Jewish gentlemen who at that time, when they created this character, took a lot of heat. They had death threats. There were people actually threatening to kill them for creating this character. The fact that they created a symbol to stand up against oppression and Nazism at that time made them very unpopular. Also interesting is they used an Aryan, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man, to be their symbol. Kind of showing that not everyone, regardless of how they look, shares the same views. Hitler was trying to create people that look like Steve Rogers. That was going to be his master race. Captain America, a man who would have fit in perfectly in Hitler's vision, was his main opponent in the comics, the person most dedicated to destroying him. He was against everything Steve Rogers believed in, everything that America stood for. Fast forward to now, 2016. Nick Spencer, a failed politician. Look it up. Not going to get into politics. Politics, I have nothing to do with them on either side. They only annoy me when either side tries to push their agenda into my way of thinking. Now, in a case like this, when you're aligning or comparing Captain America to Hitler because he has American values, that's a political agenda. Disney, Marvel, whoever needs to step up at a certain point and be like, look, it's great that you're wanting to do something with a character, but this is not a storytelling device. This is a political agenda. Now, Marvel will already backtrack on this, and I can tell you the back door out of this, just for those interested. The Cosmic Cube was involved in restoring Captain America. He's been out of action for a long time. He was old. So what they're going to say is that the Cosmic Cube somehow corrupted history and this isn't really Captain America. But they're going to do this after 2 or 3 years of Captain America being a Nazi. No, not going for it. I can see it a mile away. It's horrible storytelling. But I find it highly dubious that you're going to paint Captain America as a Nazi and use, in a pseudo way, some of the things that he stands for, not all of the things Captain America stands for, as some kind of way to comment on the political race and comment on Donald Trump. The fact that you would compare Captain America to a Nazi is sickening. The idea of comparing Captain America to Donald Trump is sickening to me. Or Hillary. Like I said, I have no use for politics, but the fact that you're trying to shoehorn this in an election year and take someone like Captain America, a beloved character created by two people that are not here to defend their creation, and turn him into a Nazi, even if it's for a short time, even if you're going to undo it or retcon it out, is inexcusable. I've been reading comic books my entire life. My entire life, since I was like 3 years old. I don't care even if it's the worst comic book. If it's a Kool-Aid Man comic book that was given away free in 1988, it still hurts my heart to see it bent or set on or read wrong, handled wrong. So, this book, in all my years of ever reading a comic book, I've had a lot of feelings from reading comic books. Joy, sadness, frustration. This is the first time I ever felt legitimately angry when I closed the book. So angry it was comic book day and this was the first book I bought. Looking forward, comic book day for me is every Wednesday. I'm sure it is for most people. Had my big stack and this was the first one I wanted to read because I'm a big Captain America fan. So angry, I still, 20 hours later, have not read another book. And so with that, I think there is only one thing that I can do with this. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I believe in freedom of speech. I absolutely do. You should have freedom of speech all you want. But when it comes to a character like Captain America, it's not really freedom of speech because it is a corporate viewpoint espoused by Disney. This was okayed by Disney. That's not freedom of speech. That is a corporation's way of trying to get into your mind. So if a kid picks this up and sees this, that Captain America was indoctrinated into Nazi beliefs from the time he was small, and that those Nazis actually took care of him So maybe you have a sympathetic angle as to why he would do these things and murder someone. I believe in freedom of speech, absolutely. I'll tell you who didn't believe in freedom of speech was Nazis. Nazis were famous for lots of things. But one of the things Nazis liked to do was Nazis liked to kill anything that they didn't agree with intellectually, including burning books. So, for the first time in my life, a long life, and hopefully for the last time, I'm going to destroy a book. And I hope it makes me feel a little bit better and that I can forget this. Because eventually, they will retcon this out like it didn't happen. And hopefully, saner heads will prevail. The only thing that I will ask you, as I do this, is please, whatever you do, don't buy the second issue. I'm not saying picket Marvel. I'm not saying send them hate mail. I'm not saying do anything that would constitute a threat. But do not give them money. Do not pay for another issue of this. Let it die. Yes, they'll write their way out of it. We all know that. That's not the point. Let it die. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay vigilant.